Hi, this is David Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. Today I'm going to show you how to build a pad for a shed. I believe this is a 10 by 10 or 10 by 8 shed we're going to be putting up over here. We're going to be doing the foundation today. So we're starting with the formwork and getting it level. We're going to do this pad level with just a little slope on the outside edge, which we'll do during the finishing process. But basically these forms will be in level to begin with, and we'll just crown the middle a little bit when we do the rodding and finishing. So I don't know if you noticed, but it's important to get these in square because you want a square building when it's said and done, and the building comes to the outside edges of these formwork. So you want to make sure you double check your square. And what I did here to square this is I just did a 3, 4, 5 in the corners to start with. And then after I got the entire square in, I measured diagonally corner to corner, both directions. And if you get the same measurement, then it's square. That's the easiest, best way to square anything. So what we're doing with this particular concrete is we're using a 4500 psi. It's a pre-mix, and it comes in a bag, and it's designed to be 4500 psi. Also, we're mixing it in the front yard in a mixer. So at the same time we're mixing it, we're throwing about a handful of fiber mesh in with the concrete at the same time. And this concrete here is fairly thick. It's approximately 5 to 6 inches thick because of the grade underneath was sloped, and we're pouring the concrete pad flat. So at one end it's about 4.5. At the other end we're looking at about 6 inches. So it's a nice, healthy, hardy, thick slab that will never break. The reason it won't break is it's not tied into anything on the edges, for one reason, and it's a small enough section that if it were to try to break, the whole thing would move independently before it would ever crack. In other words, you could basically, if you could attach something to this concrete in 28 days, you could actually move the whole slab before it would crack. So what we have galvanized J-bolts we're setting in here. These are just some 1/2 inch J-bolts, and we're putting them approximately 10 inches in from the corners, and then we've spaced them approximately 48 inches apart, and made a few adjustments on the center bolts just to make sure we don't hit our studs, which are at 16 inches on center. Our studs will be. So you don't really want your bolts to come up in the middle of a vertical stud because it's really hard to get a nut on them. So you kind of make sure you keep those bolts out of the way of those, or you move a stud, one or the other. Well, that about brings us to an end on how to pour your own slab for a shed. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to call or email.